Sandy, can you compare and contrast James and Kale a little bit? They seem like on the surface they might be a little bit different, very successful at what they do. Kale's record speaks for itself. But getting to know them, can you talk about maybe some things they share and some differences?
I think the biggest difference is just their personality. Their values are very similar. It's about their guys. It's about their team. It's about really caring very deeply about them and their futures and preparing them for life. And it's about investing in relationships with them. And it's about holding them accountable. Those things, they're very eerily similar, which, if that's the process and you're looking at long-term Kale's results, my guess is we're going to have the same kinds of results. James is going to experience the same kinds of results. So I think what's different is their personalities, kind of their exterior. What's at their core, very similar.
What about Kale's personality that would you say is different than James's, stands out most to you?
I really need to say this. James is much more vocal and outgoing than publicly than Kale is. But I'll tell you what, you get around Kale, he's got a phenomenal sense of humor. He really is very engaging. But I think it's kind of that public exterior. Kale's a little bit quieter, and James is a little bit louder.
Yesterday you said that Penn State doesn't have to do what everybody else does, and James says that he's looking to see what everybody else does. What is the give and take relationship when it comes to the guy who's saying we need all the bells and whistles, and the person who's on the checkbook end of things saying, we want the bells and whistles, but maybe you could do without a spaceship, kind of thing. Like how does that relationship work?
Fortunately, he hasn't asked for a spaceship yet. No, I think I said this morning. It's all running together. I can't remember. We're really very much on the same page. We both want to make sure we understand what is out there, so that we understand competitive advantage, competitive disadvantage. There's no difference there. I think James completely agrees and understands that there's a certain Penn State way. There's a Penn State standard. There's, I heard the tail end of his answer to this last question. We as a university have an incredible university, an incredible tradition, and history of success to use as a launching pad. We don't necessarily have to do glitz to capture attention. We do have to tell our story, and I think that's to our advantage. Some people might call that glitz. Some people might call our new locker room renovation glitzy or fancy. I think it's perfect in terms of being something really nice, being a facility that our football team can be proud of, and can point to that the university has invested in them, is committed to the program. But at the same time, every element in that locker room, its roots are in our past and our traditions and our history. So that's where I think those meet. And I think that's something James and I are really good at, is talking through those. And again, for us, I think for both of us, it's about what's going to help us either gain a competitive advantage or minimize a competitive disadvantage, and that fits Penn State, that sends the right signals to our students, to our alumni, to our community about who we are and what we're about.
What's different in a relationship that you have with someone in year one versus year 4 or 5?
Yeah, I think that's pretty easy. One, I know them a little bit better. They know me. I also think that we've got a track record. We've started to build a little bit of a track record, and there have been hopefully lots of decisions or initiatives that people like, and certainly some that people don't like. Some that have been successful, some that haven't been so successful. So I think all of that starts to build. I probably build the relationship. And it's all about understanding what is at the core. For me, it's about understanding what is at the core of individuals, but more importantly, what's at the core, the collective core of the Penn State community and those that support us and invest in us and care about us. And then the flip side is the Penn State community, frankly, you all, understanding what motivates me, why I do what I do, why I make the decisions that I make, why I say the things I say.